When a silver bikini from 1966 resurfaces in 2025 and instantly goes viral, you know it's more than just a vintage photo, it's a cultural reset. Jane Fonda, at just 28, bared it all and left the world breathless, and nearly 60 years later, her legendary look still redefines what it means to be fearless, sexy, and timeless. Welcome back today. We're diving headfirst into a scorching blast from the past that's lighting up the internet all over again. The spotlight is on none other than Jane Fonda, whose jaw-dropping Barbarella promotional photos from 1966 have resurfaced in 2025, and they're setting timelines on fire. Draped in a barely their silver bikini that shimmered with futuristic allure, 28-year-old Fonda left little to the imagination, cementing her legacy not just as an acting powerhouse, but as a fearless fashion icon of her time. The photos, originally shot to promote the cult sci-fi classic Barbarella, are now trending across social media platforms, YouTube retrospectives, and digital magazine spreads. Jane's 5 feet 8 inches frame, weighing in at 118 pounds at the time, exuded a rare blend of power and grace, her toned physique honed through years of ballet training and a plant-based lifestyle. That metallic two-piece, a skin-tight masterpiece hugging her now iconic 33-24-35 curves, wasn't just a costume, it was a statement, a futuristic emblem of liberated femininity. In a world hungry for authenticity and retro nostalgia, the reappearance of these images has sparked a wave of admiration and trend-setting. 2025 swimwear lines are already leaning into retro-futuristic designs, with fashion editors and stylists praising the return of bold silhouettes and space-age shimmer. Style blogs and fashion magazines have been buzzing non-stop, crediting Jane for bringing vintage heat back into the modern era and inspiring a new generation of women to embrace daring fashion without apology. But these photos are more than a thirst trap for nostalgia, they're a visual time capsule of Jane's unshakable spirit. Born December 21, 1937, Jane wasn't just a silver screen siren, she was, and still is, a relentless force. From Broadway's There Was a Little Girl to Oscar-winning performances in Coming Home and They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, her career has spanned more than 7 decades. Add to that her powerful activism, from protesting the Vietnam War to leading climate action movements through Fire Drill Fridays, and you begin to understand that this woman's legacy is layered, dynamic, and absolutely uncompromising. Even at 87, Jane remains as radiant as ever. Her daily yoga routine, green juice diet, and disciplined wellness practices keep her looking vibrant and grounded. Online debates may spark over whether her on Golden Pond depth outweighs her Barbarella glam, but fans are united in one truth: she's never stopped evolving. The power of these photos isn't just in what she wore, it's in what they represent. Confidence, rebellion, timeless allure. As discussions erupt across Reddit threads and celebrity blogs, fans are revisiting Jane's cultural impact. From her 1980s workout empire, those iconic tapes that sold over 17 million copies, to her breakthrough role in the 1970s anti-war movement, Jane has always embodied a blend of poise and passion. The bikini may sparkle, but her true shine comes from decades of resilience, through Hollywood sexism, public scrutiny, and even a battle with cancer. And while some skeptics whisper about digital enhancements, tech-savvy fans have confirmed, the photos are untouched relics of cinematic history. Their raw, radiant energy remains intact, reminding us all that true beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Jane's legacy extends beyond fashion. Her 2025 memoir update, her continued work in advocacy, and her unshakable voice for Indigenous rights all add layers of meaning to what might otherwise be dismissed as just a bikini moment. Her bond with former co-stars like Donald Sutherland, her unforgettable role in Grace and Frankie, and her appearance alongside J.Lo in This Is Me now only further prove that Jane's reach is multi-generational. Whether she's donning a cowgirl outfit in Cat Ballou or a reflective silver bikini in Barbarella, she captivates every time. As these images from June 11, 2025, continue to make waves, it's clear that Jane Fonda didn't just wear a bikini, she redefined it. Her fearless poise, unapologetic sensuality, and unwavering authenticity offer a masterclass in ageless power. So when we say Jane Fonda bared it all, we're not just talking skin, we're talking soul, spirit, and a legacy that refuses to dim. The resurgence of Jane Fonda's Barbarella images isn't just a moment, it's a movement. TikTok creators are stitching the vintage photos with reactions, fashion recreations, and deep dives into her fitness routines, while Instagram fan accounts are seeing explosive growth, reposting rare stills and behind-the-scenes anecdotes. One viral post titled "She Walked So We Could Strut" garnered over 1.2 million likes in just 48 hours. It's more than admiration, it's reverence. Jane's unapologetic energy has struck a chord with both Gen Z and millennials seeking bold, authentic role models. Meanwhile, fashion designers are scrambling to keep up. From Balmain to Savage X Fenty, 2025 collections are pulling direct inspiration from Barbarella's chrome fantasy aesthetic. The demand for metallic swimwear has skyrocketed, and Jane's iconic look has become a Pinterest trend tag, #FondaFuturism. Stylist interviews reveal that clients are specifically asking for Jane-inspired cuts, proving her influence spans decades, and now, generations. Behind the glamour, Jane's commitment to social activism continues to resonate. At a time when many celebrities remain silent, Fonda has doubled down. Her recent speeches about climate justice at the United Nations Youth Summit have gone viral. Clips of her calling for urgency wrapped in compassion now live beside her vintage bikini shots in a fascinating blend of beauty and bravery. It's a juxtaposition that only strengthens her allure, proof that being iconic isn't just about how you look, but what you stand for. Her relationship with adopted daughter Mary Luana Fonda remains one of her quietest but most powerful influences. Jane often attributes her emotional strength and grounded nature to the joys and lessons of motherhood. Candid photos of them walking side by side in Los Angeles in 2024 recently resurfaced, reminding the public that beneath the bold public figure lies a deeply empathetic and present mother. Jane's workout empire from the 80s still holds weight today, literally. Fitness influencers on YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, have begun reviving her classic moves, branding them timeless and low-impact genius. The resurgence has brought a flood of appreciation for Jane's understanding of longevity, self-care, and holistic health. And with her signature voice narrating select mindfulness apps, the Fonda effect is going full circle, from VHS to VR. In the digital age of filters and AI-generated bodies, Jane Fonda's untouched images have a radical authenticity. They remind us of a time when beauty wasn't manufactured but lived. Her pose, strong, unbothered, elegantly fierce, wasn't about being perfect. It was about being present. And that's what truly stirs people in 2025. The reminder that confidence is timeless, and self-acceptance will always trend. Pop culture historians have even started labeling her Barbarella revival as a second wave of space siren feminism, citing how her portrayal merged sensuality with sovereignty. In a world still learning to embrace complex womanhood, Fonda was light years ahead. She wasn't there to be ogled, she was there to own every frame. That same energy continues to ripple through current conversations about female agency and aging with power. Behind the curtain, friends and former co-stars share one common refrain: Jane doesn't act brave, she is brave. Lily Tomlin, her Grace and Frankie co-star, recently told Vanity Fair, Jane's always known who she is. And she's never asked permission to be her. That clarity, combined with her relentless curiosity, has made Jane more than a Hollywood legend. She's a blueprint. Her $200 million net worth, earned through acting, fitness, writing, and activism, is a testament to both talent and tenacity. Jane isn't just a celebrity, she's a brand, a movement, a monument. And yet, she remains shockingly down to earth, known to greet staff on set by name and write handwritten thank you notes. It's the kind of grace money can't buy and time can't erase. The public's reaction to these resurfaced photos has been a mix of admiration and awe, but also deep introspection. Comment sections across platforms are filled with users reflecting on how Jane Fonda's confidence challenges modern standards of beauty. She made vulnerability powerful, one user wrote. Another added, Jane didn't pose to impress, she posed to express. It's clear, these aren't just bikini photos, they're cultural artifacts. They invite us to redefine how we view aging, femininity, and the boldness of self-expression. Academic circles have taken note as well. Media studies professors at major universities are using her Barbarella photos as case studies for female empowerment in sci-fi and fashion. A recent article in The Atlantic even called Jane a feminist symbol draped in silver, unpacking how her body language, wardrobe, and cinematic presence in Barbarella disrupted the male gaze by owning it and flipping the script. For students of gender and media, Fonda's moment is becoming more than pop culture, it's literature. Meanwhile, collectors are going wild. Original Barbarella film posters, once sold for under $100, are now fetching thousands on auction sites. Fashion houses are partnering with art galleries to showcase Jane's photo shoots as part of Silver Age retrospectives celebrating bold, futuristic fashion and feminist elegance. One gallery in Paris, La Lumière Retro, even announced an entire exhibit dedicated to Fonda's fashion legacy, set to open in fall 2025. Fonda herself, ever humble, responded to the photo resurgence during a short interview on CBS Sunday Morning. With a laugh, she said, I remember that shoot. It was cold, chaotic, and I was hungry, but I felt strong. If people see that now, great. Maybe it reminds them to own who they are, even when it's uncomfortable. Her comment struck a chord, shared over 8 million times across platforms in less than a week. Even luxury wellness brands are seizing the moment. Jane's name and image are now being licensed, with permission, for a signature skincare line focused on aging gracefully, inspired by her longtime organic routines. Products like Barbarella Glow Face Mist and Fonda Radiance Serum are launching in limited drops, and selling out within minutes. Clearly, her influence has moved from silver screens to skincare counters. Yet perhaps the most profound part of this resurgence is how it's inspiring older women across the world to reclaim their power. A trending TikTok challenge, #FondaFearless, features women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond posting their own swimsuit photos with captions like, Jane reminded me I still glow. It's more than nostalgia, it's liberation. Fonda has opened the door to something much bigger than style, self-celebration. Her past interviews are also being rediscovered. Clips from her 1982 Barbara Walters sit-down, where she fiercely defended her right to evolve, are making the rounds again. We're never just one thing, she had said. And we should never apologize for growing. That statement, now captioned over her Barbarella photos, is being shared like a mantra among both fans and influencers. The message? Reinvention isn't weakness, it's strength. Even in Hollywood, her influence is undeniable. Young actresses from Zendaya to Anya Taylor-Joy have named Jane as a source of inspiration. In an Elle cover story, Zendaya said, Fonda made being complex cool. Beautiful but political, soft but defiant. That's who I want to be. It's a testament to how far-reaching and cross-generational her impact continues to be. And let's not forget the men. Surprisingly, many male fans have joined the admiration chorus, not just for Jane's beauty but for her unapologetic authenticity. In forums and podcasts, they're calling her the original alpha female, praising her for balancing elegance and intensity without ever conforming to expectations. One post on Reddit's r/Old Hollywood read, Jane didn't follow trends. She became the trend. So as the silver bikini glints across screens in 2025, it's not just reflecting light, it's reflecting a legacy. Jane Fonda didn't set out to dominate an era, she transcended it. From film sets to protest marches, from fitness tapes to fashion timelines, she's proof that when you live with purpose and passion, every moment, even a single photograph, can ripple across generations. In this case, that ripple has become a tidal wave of admiration, empowerment, and timeless glam. As the online buzz intensifies, streaming platforms are jumping on the trend. Netflix, capitalizing on the renewed interest, announced a special re-release of Barbarella in 4K Ultra HD, complete with behind-the-scenes footage and commentary from fashion historians and feminist scholars. The campaign, titled Fonda, Then and Now, positions Jane's iconic look as not just entertainment history, but a milestone in the evolution of female visibility in media. Pre-orders for the collector's edition have already surpassed initial projections, signaling a cultural appetite not just for nostalgia, but for timeless narratives of empowerment. Meanwhile, major magazines like Vogue, Time, and Harper's Bazaar have dedicated full features to dissecting the legacy of the silver bikini. One standout cover headline reads, "Ageless Armor: How Jane Fonda's Metallic Moment Became a Feminist Statement." The accompanying article unpacks the symbolism of her wardrobe choice in an era of political turmoil and sexual liberation, highlighting how the outfit wasn't just skin-revealing, it was boundary-shattering. In 2025, that message feels more urgent than ever. Even younger generations, often unfamiliar with Fonda's cinematic roots, are beginning to explore her deeper impact. High school debate teams are referencing her climate activism in competitions, while digital artists are remixing her Barbarella images into futuristic NFT collectibles. A holographic art installation titled Fonda Frequency opened in Tokyo, combining visuals from her sci-fi roles with voiceovers from her speeches, blending pop culture with protest in a uniquely immersive experience. With each repost, interview, and magazine spread, Jane Fonda's narrative keeps expanding. Her story is no longer confined to film reels or red carpets, it's being retold through hashtags, documentaries, and digital art. She's becoming a multidimensional symbol of resilience, beauty, intellect, and fearless reinvention. And what started as a resurfaced photo has become a global reminder: true icons don't fade, they evolve, ignite, and lead. So, as millions revisit that shimmering silver bikini from decades past, they're not just seeing a young starlet in a sci-fi fantasy. They're seeing the embodiment of strength, style, and unapologetic presence. Jane Fonda didn't just bear it all, she bared her truth, and in doing so, gifted generations with something far more powerful than a trend. She gave them permission to shine, at any age, in any era, without apology.